Lakeland Public Television's Common Ground is brought to you by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund. Production funding for Common Ground is made possible by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund. Hi, and welcome to Common Ground. I'm your host, Ashley Hall. Common Ground captures the creative process of various artists living throughout our region. We delve into the veiled history of our area, plus we take you inside the cultural events that put the North in North Country. On this week's episode of Common Ground, meet Tom Kuliju of Flint Knapper of Longville, who creates both functional and aesthetically beautiful stone tools.
Hi, I'm Tom Kuliju and I'm a Flint Knapper. This is just a variety of the type of things I make out of many different kinds of stone. I make necklaces, knives, arrow points, atlatl points, dart points, scrapers, all kinds of stone tools. The largest one, this is a dovetail. This would have been a spear point or a knife blade. It's made out of novaculite. This material comes from Arkansas. It's kind of an interesting material because this is what they use to sharpen steel knives. This is what they call Arkansas whetstone. And it has a very, very fine texture to it. And it's called a dovetail because of this base area where these notches for fastening go in at an angle. It's a fairly heavy point. It has a nice lens shape to it like the center of a cat's eye. It's a good sturdy type of point, a nice serrated edge for cutting or for thrusting. If you were going to hunt a woolly mammoth, it would be a very effective tool. Other novaculite points are this one, this one, this one, this one here, this one here, this one here, this one here, and this one here. It comes in many different colors and textures, from very fine to very coarse. Other materials that we use are, this is a type of agate, like a chalcedony. This is called Burlington chert. This is native to Missouri and Ohio area. Here's bloodstone from India. Agate from Brazil. This is moss agate from Montana. And glass, fiber optic glass. Anything with a real high silica content that breaks in a curved pattern, you can use for flint knapping. True flint is very hard to find. It's mostly native to Europe. There's some varieties in Texas that they call true flint, but most of it is called chert. It isn't as pure. Flint is actually kind of translucent, and most of them are opaque. This is called flint from Texas, and it's very hard and very slick after heat treating, but a true flint doesn't really need heat treating. This is Knife River flint from North Dakota. This material works raw, and notice how shiny it is. It's very durable, holds a very sharp edge for a long time. This is a fairly unique item. This is where paleo technology meets modern technology. This is fiber optic glass used to transmit high-speed communication, and now it's an old piece of ancient artifact. The difference between working this and a natural stone is this material is much purer. There are no imperfections in it. It's all man-made. It's where if I work this piece compared to it, you can see the different materials, the different colors. They're all different textures and densities, and it makes it much tougher to work because as your flakes go across, you can see the flake scars here, how they travel way across here. As your flake scars go across this one, they encounter different resistances on the different colors. And so the new material is much easier to work, and some people think is much more beautiful. I like working the new material, but I'm always drawn back to the older material. There's something about working the old stone as compared to the new stone. They both serve the same function. They're both manufactured the same way. I start out exactly the same in shaping and forming them, but they're entirely different materials. This is almost pure glass. This is Burlington chert. It comes out of a quarry, it's dynamited out of a quarry in the ground, and it is impure and full of color and texture, and in totally different ways, they're both beautiful specimens. This little corner notch is made out of bloodstone from India. It's a type of jasper, and it's called bloodstone because the little red spots tend to look like blood. It's a very nice material to work. It's very hard, very durable. It makes a real nice point and a real nice looking point. It's a little bit hard to come by because it does come from India, and it needs heat treatment in order to work. If you try and work it raw, it is very tough, very unforgiving. You can't drive long enough flakes to make a nice point like this. So it takes about 500 degrees of heat in an oven to make it slick and shiny where it can be worked like this. This is also a Paleolithic point. This is called an agate basin. This would have been a thrusting spear or a large knife. It's very stout, heavy blade, thinned at the base a little bit, not fluted, similar to this, where it would have been thin for a shaft, but this would have been one of the earliest examples of a large spear. There's a lot of these found that have excellent workmanship on them that were made with only stone and bone or antler for tools. One day I was driving down the road and I don't know what started, but all of a sudden I had this thought, I wonder how they made arrowheads. And so I went down to the library and I got on the computer and I started looking up manufacturing arrowheads. And it so happened that a week later there was actually a gathering of knappers called a knap-in fairly close to my house. So I went and watched people for a day. I bought a video, a homemade video on knapping, and I bought some stone and I went home and made tools, and I have been addicted ever since. If you talk to flint knappers, anyone that is seriously involved in flint knapping says there is a pull or a need to flint knap. Once you discover flint knapping, you can't let it go. And it consumes your spare time. And instead of going to the bar and having a drink, you want to go out to the garage and pound on a stone. And you want to get together with your other friends that pound on stones and pound on more stones and talk smart, and it's a primal connection. I don't know really how to describe it. It's like a feeling of something you need to do because it's built into your genetic system. It's like a bird dog needs to point at a bird. Man needs to make stone tools. When you're knapping, it's funny, there is a connection with nature. Birds seem to be especially attracted to the chipping sound. I've had cardinals sit on a bush 3 feet away and watch me flint knap. Kids are really attracted to flint knapping, the sound of the breaking rock and that movement and the activity. And people in general, wow, that is cool, and they'll start. They ask me 2 questions, and the first question is, what are you doing? Because nobody is familiar with flint knapping. And I tell them I'm making arrowheads and stone tools, and their second question is, do you ever get to the point where you're almost done and break one? And I always tell them no, never, but in reality, I break probably 30 to 40% of what I start to make. And that's reduced quite a bit from when I started. When I started, it was about 95%. And 30 to 40% is probably fairly good because of the inconsistency in the materials. The rocks, you don't really know what's in a rock until you open it up. It may have crystal pockets, it may be fractured, it may have pieces of what we call concrete inside. Like this piece right here has these little spots of impurities, and they don't really transfer the energy the way the rest of the material does. It makes it very, very difficult to work. And a lot of your more durable, tougher materials are full of this stuff. And it's just a challenge you have to overcome. You have to learn how to work around or work through them. A lot of the stone is sedimentary rock. You know, this is sedimentary rock. This is sedimentary rock, and you can see there's a lot of imperfections in it that make it difficult. This one here has a tiny little crystal pocket that's called a druzy. Anytime there's air or a different material, it changes your shock wave as your flakes are coming off, and it interrupts the nice natural flow of flint knapping. Let's look at this knife here. This is what I call my three-continent knife. It has cocobolo wood from Africa, elk antler from North America, and black-skinned agate from India. This was an especially difficult piece to work because different colors of agates flake differently. And as you'll notice, this has many different colors. Agate is very, very brittle. It has an extremely sharp edge when it's flaked, but it seems to be the sharper the edge you can get, the more brittle the rock is. It just fell together this way. I picked up the stone and I made the blade first, and then I thought, well, what will work good for a handle? And the cocobolo wood hit me well, but being that the cocobolo wood is so colorful itself, I didn't want to detract from the blade, so I spliced in a piece of elk antler to down-tone the handle a little bit. And then I took and mated the wood to the antler. Instead of mating the antler to the wood, I mated the wood to the antler so it all flows together. Now this is a typical arrow point. These were a very common size, especially in the northwestern United States and southwestern Canada. This arrowhead would very easily take down a deer. If you punctured the hide of a deer and this arrowhead got inside on an arrow shaft and the deer started to run, all of a sudden you're cutting this deer inside, and in just a matter of minutes the deer is going to be dispatched and you will have had a successful hunt. In fact, a lot of arrow tips were much smaller in the Northwest and in the north central United States because especially around this area, the material is smaller due to the glaciers, frost fracturing all the stone. Broadheads today are mandated to size, and they are not much bigger. Maybe a large broadhead would be this size, but they do the same function. They go in and they cut arteries. Once you cut an artery, that animal is going to bleed to death in a matter of minutes. It's a very efficient way of hunting. My knives. We'll start at the bottom, this little neck knife. This would be a perfect little neck knife to go in a little sheath. This is a short rib from a longhorn steer and a Brazilian agate. It's a handy little pocket knife, a very, very sharp, very usable knife. Would be more than capable of skinning a deer. A nice sized little knife and a very sharp, durable little specimen. This one is a little deer antler handled, a little agate stone inset in the blade, and another Brazilian agate, another nice little neck-sized knife, or if you had a small sheath, it would be a very nice sized knife to carry, a very usable knife again, strong, sharp material in the agate. All natural, all natural ingredients. Another deer antler, a little Y-buck tine, little Brazilian agate blade, pretty little blade, very sharp, very, very translucent material, very beautiful material, and right along this edge was the cortex of the rock, and I just took about 3/16 of an inch off of the edge of the rock and followed the natural curve of that rock to make that blade. And these are all natural occurring colors in the stone. A very beautiful agate, not what you'd commonly see in agates as striped agates as compared to this littler neck knife. This knife could also be worn around the neck or worn on the hip very easily. A nice, simple, functional knife. Fits the hand very well. And now one of my favorite knives. This is my own personal hunting knife. This is Knife River Flint, petrified cattails from North Dakota. This is a extremely sharp knife. This material was highly valued by the Native Americans all across the country. The material is only available from North Dakota, yet this material was traded from East Coast to West Coast and North to South. This particular knife is a deer leg bone with gut hafting. It's very strong hafting. It holds that blade in extremely well. This has several deer under its belt already. Like I said, it's one of my favorites, and I use it quite frequently. Yeah, this one is attached with glue. The bone is slotted and the blade is recessed in, and then it is pine pitch glue to hold it, and then gut is wrapped around, and as the gut dries it shrinks and forms a permanent bond. The blade is not going anywhere from that handle. It's strong, it's very, very durable. It was a readily available material, and it was one way of utilizing all the resources that people had at hand hundreds and thousands of years ago. I specifically I needed a knife. I decided that if I was going to be a stone tool craftsman, I should use stone tools. And so I picked up this piece of rock and I said, this is going to be my knife. And this is from a deer I had taken prior years. And I said, this bone fits this blade, this is going to be my knife. So now this is my knife until at some point, if I were to lose it or break it, I would have to replace it. Otherwise, I see no reason it shouldn't last me a lifetime. There's plenty of material I can resharpen. This is a good 50 deer knife, I would call it. This knife is a knife I made to be photographed in the Lithic Artist's Journal. It is a kind of a stylized knife, more of a show knife. This serrated edge really serves no purpose other than looks on this knife. It's still a very functional serrated knife, black walnut handle, more of a Scandinavian style shape to it, a little brass pin. I put that in for show just because this was going to be pictured in a magazine. I wouldn't need it. It serves no function. It doesn't go through the blade. It's just inset as decoration. This is a brand new little dagger. I just finished this one up 2 days ago. This is Paiute agate from western United States and bamboo. This is compressed bamboo. They grow it so it intentionally has short sections. It has short sections instead of long sections between. It makes a very nice handle. It's a very lightweight knife. Another very usable knife. This would be a good meat slicing knife. A nice long straight edge, sharp edge. Very nice sharp little knife. Make a great slicing knife or a letter opener. Just socket it into the bamboo. The bamboo is just all natural, just scraped smooth is all. No stain, no finish, all natural. A very usable knife, all organic. My pride and joy, my bare jaw knife. This is Rainy Buttes material from North Dakota, silicified wood. You can actually see the wood grain in the blade. Very high iron content in this rock. A fairly sharp blade, a little bit brittle, but still a usable blade. This is called Rainy Buttes. It comes from North Dakota. It is silicified wood. The natural organic material was replaced with a high content silica and iron ore. When you work it, it gives off a red iron dust. It's a very heavy, very dense material, very grainy. You can actually see and feel the wood grain in the material. It comes in various colors that range from almost a mustard yellow to a dark maroon. This one happens to be more of just a brown and yellowish orange. A good material to work, a little tough to work, doesn't take any heat treating, works raw right out of the ground. It's a very old prehistoric looking material when you're done due to all the ridges and the coarseness of it. But it makes a nice blade, and it's a nice material to work with. The jaw makes a very nice handle. This is the lower jaw of the black bear. You can see its mouth would be like this. A very comfortable handle for either hand. The teeth on a bear are not sharp like a deer tooth or an elk tooth or even, say, a wolf tooth. They're more rounded. They're more of a vegetation type tooth. Makes for a very comfortable handle. A one-of-a-kind knife. I got started making necklaces because all of a sudden I found myself with all of these small arrowheads sitting in a box, and I thought, well, why not make my art wearable? People seem to enjoy it, I enjoy it, and I thought if I put them on necklaces, then people can wear them around. They actually have a piece of wearable art. This is one of my first ones. I made this a man's necklace, and I've worn this out on several occasions, and it always draws a lot of attention because people have never seen anything like it. They warm nicely to your body temperature, and pretty soon you don't realize that you're even wearing it. A lot of people like to look at arrowheads, but then they sit in a drawer and they don't get seen. This way, people get to see my artwork and appreciate it, and people that own it get a chance to show it off a little bit. It doesn't need to be a fancy occasion to wear a necklace. Guys can wear them, gals can wear them, kids can wear them. They're stone, they're pretty tough, and they're beautiful. I make all my jewelry. I try and use as much stone in the jewelry as I can, from turquoise to carnelian agate to jasper, volcanic lava. It follows the theme of the stonework, and I really enjoy it, and it's a way of showcasing my art in a everyday situation. As with every artist, you should always sign your work. There's two reasons. Number one, you don't want to fraudulently represent your work as old, and you don't want anyone else to fraudulently represent your work as old. And number two, if you take the time to make a piece of art, you should be proud enough to put your name on it. Now, there are unscrupulous people out there that will take modern-made arrowheads and stone points and put a false patina on them and sell them as old. But as an artist, if you sign all your work, and I sign all my work either with permanent marker or a diamond scribe, they have to alter this in order to sell it as fake, because it is permanently marked, and in order to remove my mark, they have to alter the material, and it would stand out that this is not supposed to be. Even my new material is always signed. Somewhere on there is my signature. This one is etched with a diamond scribe, and if you look at it under a magnifying glass, you can see it, and you can see it on every single point that I make, and every single knife that I make is signed with my name. And that's a very important responsibility. The beauty in the stone, you try not to steal it from it. You use the natural colors and shapes to enhance your work. I think every artist tries to do that.
Thank you so much for joining us. We hope that you enjoyed the show, and we look forward to seeing you next week right here on Common Ground. If you have a segment idea for Common Ground, please contact us at legacy@lptv.org or call us at 218-333-3022. Individual segments or copies of Common Ground, please call 218-333-3020. Production funding for Common Ground is made possible by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund. If you enjoyed this segment of Lakeland Public Television's Common Ground, consider making a contribution at lptv.org. If you have segment ideas pertaining to North Central Minnesota, contact us at legacy@lptv.org. Common Ground is funded by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund by the vote of the people on November 4th, 2008.